All right, somebody put a chat. Sorry, put a one in the chat if somebody's. If the sound is good, put a one. Put a one for you, girl. All right, all right. Thanks, thanks, Kate Hudson, Chicky Chick, make it happen, Manny, eternally evolving. Yes, yes, y'all. And Jolie KP Mergoat, Miss B, shout out to all of you. Yes, yes. Come on in, come on in. Let's talk. That's right. It's your girl Mad, aka Miss Arch Duchess, aka doing the damn thing, never gonna stop doing it. Been doing it this long, might as well keep going on and on to the break of dawn. Yeah, so how the hell have y'all been doing? Ah, it's like when I'm not doing lives, I'm collecting hella data and downloads. So I'm going to say this throughout this live. You need to hear my last Patreon message. If you haven't heard it, some of you have. And let me put it on the screen. Um, it's one of the dopest videos that it's one of my dopest downloads, and I have the privilege of getting a lot of good information. And I've been sharing it with you ladies for quite a while. And I love doing that because I love y'all. And so if you haven't heard that last live stream, girl, I think I cracked the code on society and the world. I mean, it's really, really amazing. And I have been uh reflecting on it for several weeks because I'm like, did we just do that? Did we just get that major download on what the hell is wrong with people? And the live is called Places and Spirits Revealed. So if you want to know or get a better insight on why people are fucking different, why the world is changing the way that it is, and of course, then listen to that video. Listen to that live stream. If you're one of my patrons and you've been busy and you just love me and you support me, you know I love you right back, girl. And you know I appreciate you being a patron. So one day you got to catch up and hit the replay because that's a gang. That's some gangster stuff that we were fortunate to be able to hear. Uh, it's really no compliment to me. I mean, I'm just a messenger. That's really it. I mean, I'm just a messenger. So you got messengers all over the internet, all over the world. It's just that I have a level of gratitude for being able to move to the forefront with this type of information because it helps me too, right? It helps me too. So that's the name of the live, Places and Spirits Revealed. There's more that I want to say about that live stream. I I'm working on part two or an extension of that live stream, Places and Spirits Revealed, but it's going to be after Mother's Day. So, Mother's Day is this coming weekend. And shout out to all of my mothers. And if you're not a mother, you are still in the fold of womanhood. So, shout out to you. Every woman is a mother of something. something to somebody or some business, something. So yeah, that live stream, I am super super grateful for the information, the ladies who contributed to it, because let me tell you, like, you would be moving around to escape people every few every few months if you don't know that information that I shared in that live stream. Like, you literally will be running for the rest of your life if you don't listen to that live stream. And you know, people don't put the information in a certain way when they present it to black women. It's information all over the internet, but they don't present it in a way so that it's something that we can use. Like, how do I use this shit? Like, how's this? Are you sure you're talking to me? That type of thing. And I'm talking to y'all in the live, so you know that it's well thought out. So anyway, that's the topic that I want you to make sure you listen to that live stream. Go to my Patreon. It's called Places and Spirits Revealed. I will be I will be expanding on that conversation. So ladies, I have not forgotten about that topic. It is something that is very important for me, very useful. It's useful information. You have to sit and take your time and listen to it. So do what you got to do. Do it, listen to it while you're cleaning up, commuting to work, whatever you do. Please, yes, yes, yes. And I'm still refining part two. So that is one of the reasons why I wanted to get on here. The other reason why I wanted to get on here also is to first of all let you know that I appreciate everybody who's still a part of my work, my platform. Uh, Thank you for being a support to this platform and knowing that when I'm not here, I'm still with you in spirit and in heart, because I love doing this work. I love doing these live streams. You know, it's just that some of y'all don't realize, but I kind of had to like relocate, and a lot of stuff was changing in my life, and so I have a lot of like traffic and a lot of like BS bullshit that I have to go through, and it just extends my days too long. And that's how I have not. That's one of the reasons why. That's some of the reasons why I haven't been able to get on as much as you ladies may would like. So please know that it's not something that I would prefer, that I don't get to do more live streams on YouTube. But I do more on the Patreon, obviously. But anyway, y'all, why did y'all know that I've been talking about these motherfucking warlocks for a good little bit of years, for some years and some change. Why did y'all not tell me that they were talking about these warlocks on TikTok? You forgot to tell me? I feel so cheated that no one told me. Mad. They're talking about warlocks. And, I'm not saying that they said it because I said it. I'm just saying, like, I would have liked to have known. But then, we're all busy. We're sticking together, but we're all busy. So I'm saying that to say I wanted to play a little bit of this shit because I was like, they're actually talking to, well, they're talking about warlocks. And I was kind of glad, but then I was, of course, like, oh, that's interesting. So let's watch a little bit of this shit right here, because I'm like, if they're ready to talk, if talking about warlocks has gone mainstream on TikTok, then we should see some changes in the world real soon, real fast for black women, hopefully. Like, I just would like that. So let's see what they're doing. Tick damn top. uh all right, let me share my screen a minute. Let's see this.
A lot of them have that good, but have no intentions on being with you. They don't want to commit. A lot of them know that they are great providers.
Okay, so it just starts right out, and she just starts right away. So listen up.
Let me give y'all some of the signs that you sleeping with a warlock. A warlock witch. See, a lot of them are homebodies. Don't really like going outside. Don't like being out if they don't have to. Because a lot of them are hustlers. A lot of them have that good, but have no intentions on being with you. They don't want to commit. A lot of them know that they are great providers. Pay a bill, get your nails done, your hair done, give you some money, but they are emotionally unavailable. A lot of them have several women waiting around just like you.
Okay, so I definitely want to point out the fact that she said they have that good. And I have been saying, y'all have heard me say in lives, a lot of these, a lot of these pick-me's are addicted to these, this dirty peen. She told me he's got that good. Um, so that's problem number one. A warlock can't be a warlock if you're not interested in their dirty peen. They don't have anybody to play with. But I was supposed to be glad that they're talking about warlocks. Um, and I don't know. So let's look at another one. This is I don't know. There's probably an easy way to do this shit, but I'm just really not sure where are these conversations are. Where are these conversations going with this? Like, let's see. Okay, we got this woman. Check this one out.
Sis, I got
Hers is, of course, it says 5 signs. You're dating a warlock. Lucky luck.
sis, I gotta tell you something. But I need you to come a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Thank you. Here are 5 signs that who you are dating may be a warlock. Let's get into it. Number 1, you are always tired and sleepy around them. And I'm not talking about, oh, I'm so relaxed, so I could just feel so comfortable and take a nap. I'm talking about you are drained. You're drained. You're tired. You're fatigued. Always. Every time you're around them, you feel like your energy is just gone, zapped out of you. But when you're not around them, you feel just fine. Number 2, number dos. If he is constantly speaking bad over you, like you'll never find anyone better than me. You think you're such a good woman, or you think this, you think that, you're never gonna amount to anything, and you're never gonna do this, that, and the third. They're literally speaking curses on you, curses over your life. You gotta rebuke that, close that door immediately. 3, you don't drink alcohol, but for some reason, every time y'all are together, he wants you to drink. He wants you to drink. He wants you to loosen up a little bit. Here, babe, loosen up, son. Like, no, no. For one, why do y'all think alcohol is called spirits? And why do you think that after you consume alcohol, you all of a sudden, as they like to call it, have liquid courage, or you're acting out of character, or you're a little different than you would be if you weren't? Nah, red flag. Number 3, and I do not encourage sex before marriage, because you are not to be having sex unless you are married. But if you guys are having sex out of wedlock, which I do not encourage, and he says things like, whose is it? Or say it's mine, or what's my name? Say this mine, and stuff like that. Or like he's spitting in your mouth during the process.
What the fuck is she talking about? You mean these apes are spitting in these chicks' mouth? Ew. Yuck. So that must have happened to her. Because what is she talking about?
No, absolutely not,
Ew.
sis. No. And like I said, if you're not married, you shouldn't be having anyways. Shouldn't be having anyways. Number 4. He's always in a negative, nasty mood. Negative
Negative niggas.
Nathan, if you will. But you're always in a happy mood. But every time you get around them, that energy transfers onto you. So now you're irritated and agitated, and you don't understand why. That's why. That's why, sis. Energy transferring. And number 5, you have this uncontrollable, like, likeness or loveness of him. Like it's almost like you idolize this man. Like you feel like you can't function without him, or you can't be without him, and you need him in your presence 24/7. That is not healthy. That man then did something.
Uh, okay, so before I show a few more, I want to say this. Whew. Where did these do y'all watch TikTok videos? Because I don't watch a lot of TikTok. So I'm like, the way TikTok impacts me is it's like it just feels like black women or people on TikTok, they get a topic out of the blue and they just start talking about it. Like there's no beginning, middle, or end. It's just somebody did a video about it. I'm gonna do a video about it. Is that pretty much what you ladies are understanding? Because that's the way it feels. It's like people get these topics. They don't have to know a lot about it. They don't have to have lived much through it, but it's trendy. Is that what it is, y'all? I know that it's very short. It's not like YouTube. Tell me about TikTok. What has your TikTok experience been like? Is it something? Is it me? Because it just like they're very like the information is very like superficial, and in a lot of ways it feels dangerous. Get them likes up. Go ahead and get them likes up for your girl coming in on Cinco de Mayo. Huh? Come on with it. Put them likes in this thing. I I'm not a big TikToker, so like I don't even have a TikTok account. But that's the way TikTok it feels. It feels like they're just coming up here with these things, and they like act like they know all this stuff, like And girl, if you feel addicted to him, let me see what she said. The last thing she said.
Like you feel like you can't function without him, or you can't be without him, and you need him in your presence 24/7. That is not healthy. That man then did something.
You have to look at it like this. I mean, he might have done something, but what are we doing to ourselves? You know, why are black women hell bent on even trying to receive anything from these apes at this point? Why can't black women accept the basic truth? Basic truth. Niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. So warlocks, yeah, but why are we even dealing with them? Don't they realize they're not gonna ever find a motherfucker I mean, I don't want these chicks to be like swirling either, because I know that they're gonna bring their mindset over to other men, and they're just gonna dog them. They're gonna do to the other men what the niggas do to them. So I don't do a lot of the publicizing of swirling anymore and stuff like that, because no, they need to stay at the level that they're at. Okay, now see what else I got here. What else did I find on this topic? This just really, I just thought this was, I was just browsing and I wasn't even looking for the shit, and I found found these videos of these women talking about. This one was really disturbing. Let me show y'all this one. And I know you're gonna see why I think it's disturbing. Hold on. I mean, it's disturbing for not. It's not really the woman herself. It's just bullshit. Um, it's sort of narcissistic. I don't know. Let me just let you.
Here, this message is strictly for you. You have
Because all these women are deflecting, and when have Black women come together to like acknowledge what we need to do individually and for ourselves, even in social media at a large enough level, besides bitching about white girls and niggas.
listen here. This message is strictly for you. You have had an evil warlock working against you because a warlock who considers themselves very powerful is very envious of you.
And they are envious. Like y'all know I believe these ladies are right, but I don't believe you. You need more people. Let's see. They're envious, yes. Now y'all still gonna be looking for these niggas for attention.
Sending out attacks and evil eye against of you. Sending out attacks and evil eye against you because you have the power of the Most High God. It's almost as if everything that you do and every prayer that you pray sends an attack back to them without you even knowing it. Your prayers, when you pray in tongues, it literally sends an attack to anyone who has an agenda upon your life.
Y'all didn't tell me these chicks are getting the grandma religion out on these niggas right now. Like I told you, like y'all better keep me up to date. They getting the grandma religion on these niggas now. She said when you pray in tongues, the niggas gonna
pray in tongues. It literally sends an attack to anyone who has an agenda upon your life. Your prayers, when you pray in tongues, it literally sends an attack to anyone who has an agenda upon your life. You are.
How do you just get to be how did these pick? I know these women are still pick me's. Damn it, I know they. Damn it, pick me's and mammies. So how did this went from like pick me and mammies to just casting magic spells on niggas? Where they do that at? Huh? Where they be doing that at?
Sending a text back just by praying because you are.
No.
For years are starting to show up. You are manifesting things that no one has ever seen before. And that warlock that's been watching you is very envious of you. There's evil eye all around you, but there's also protection, just like the walls of Jericho. You have the protection of the Most High all around you. You're protected, and you got this warlock.
Now that's convenient that she's saying that you're protected. She keeps telling Black women they're protected. Well, the femicide rates still are very, very high. So I don't know how protected Black women are. Very convenient. Very convenient.
Piss the fuck off. Do you hear me? I tell you.
Let's see what she says.
You had this evil warlock who thought he was gonna come against you, he or she was gonna come against you and keep on coming, baby. Keep messing over you. And thought they was gonna be able to sacrifice your life for what they wanted because they want your life. But none of it's working. Everything has been blocked out. It says God, he lifts up a standard when it comes to the enemy. When the enemy comes in like a flood, he lifts up a standard. And that's what he did for you. Baby.
And of course, interesting that they're referring to God as a he. So that's a little interesting business too, isn't it? Let me see what you ladies are saying in the chat. Yeah, Black women they're struggling. They are struggling. Um, T said TikTok is filled with a lot of pack mentality. They just hop on a trend. I stay off of the app. Yeah, okay. So T's that's what I was asking you ladies a few minutes ago, and that's what I was checking in to see. Is this just how it is to me? Because like I just feel like they just grab a topic and just stop running with it, which is so crazy to me. Uh, let me see what else y'all are saying. Kate Hudson says she's an idiot. I can't. Yeah, honest Gen Z said, I am beginning to think that women do have spells being put on them. That would explain why so many of them are willing to do whatever it takes to have a man. Yes, and I agree. Let me just say, Gen Z, honest Gen Z, that I agree that these women are they're picking up on the right information. You know, yes, these warlocks, but if only they knew, like just acknowledging the things they're saying, I don't sense us. I don't sense that they will be any more pr- protected yet. I think that black women still have a long way to go because if black women understood the level of fuck shit that these warlocks have been doing to us for eons, they would be telling black women to stay the fuck away from them. And I'm not hearing that. I mean, I'm sure maybe that's true for some of them, but like also another problem is they're not going into enough for me they're not going into enough depth on the spiritual warfare side. These niggas are that dangerous, like that's why they can murk and unalive black women the way that they do because it's like it's like as stupid as these men are, they are like, let me give you a good analogy. As stupid as they are, they're like gray bearded wizards and warlocks, whereas black women are like little girls. You know what I'm saying? That like black men are like they're old men in the warlock world. I'm not trying to give them a compliment. I'm just trying to state a fact that they are deadly. They have been doing this work against black women for that long. They speak to each other telepathically and even genetically at a level in a way that black women cannot do. Black women do not communicate with each other telepathically like this. Two of these men could be in the same room and hate each other. And I've said this years ago, but when it comes to your ass, they will sync up and understand that you're the woman and you're the one that ain't. You're not the prize. You ain't shit. They sync up and they know you're their hidden enemy or their open enemy. That's what we're dealing with. Like, when was the last time you were in a space with a black woman and you were able to sync up with her energy and accomplish anything, even if it was just on some mind control shit? Like, we agree that this customer service representative is not worth a damn. Like, or you know what I'm saying? Like, or we need to not go be in this space. We need to leave. We need to do something different. Like, or this man ain't shit. Or you know what I'm saying? Wow. Like we really don't have now, not y'all and me, but a lot it's a missing skill. So while it's good to hear people talking about warlocks, um the real relationship that black women are supposed to have with each other is not there because it's supposed to be there on that spiritual level. All right, let me see what else y'all saying. Honest G said, if black women are protected by the Most High, why are black women the most harmed in the U.S.? Who is this God? Has this God been passed out on the carpet for the last 4 centuries? Yeah, calling out the names of different gods can be very, very detrimental. And I think women need to get in tune with the feminine aspect of your spirituality. And not just for the purpose of talking about warlocks, but the purpose of really changing some shit. So let's see what this Negro. I mean, oh, I'm not finished with showing these, so let me see. Let me play the last few minutes of hers and then another one.
To keep messing over you and thought they was gonna be able to sacrifice your life for what they wanted because they want your life, but none of it's working. Everything has been blocked out. It says God, he lifts up a standard when it comes to the enemy. When the enemy comes in like a flood, he lifts up a standard, and that's what he did for you.
Yeah, okay, I believe that, but look, the deal is these women still want these men. Um, they still want the approval of these men. So let's see what. Let me pull up now. This little dude, he admits to being. He said he used to be a warlock. Let me show you this shit. Okay, I guess you got like reformed warlocks. I don't know what the hell. Let's see what the hell he's talking about.
It was good to talk. I felt like to make this video. Yes, by the title, as you can see, I was a warlock, or witch, or warlock, whatever you want to call it. Um, and a lot of people, when they think of witchcraft, they think of casting spells. They think of like some wizard.
Now, why the fuck why are they saying the witch is the same thing as the warlock? He just went whatever you want to call it. Nigga, you're not gonna hear a woman say she's a warlock. So I mean, obviously, call yourself a warlock if you are. I get why he's saying witch, warlock, whatever. But okay, let's see what he says.
Waverly Place type things, like some cartoon stuff or some stuff like you see on like TV and stuff like that. It really doesn't take much for you to be a witch or a warlock.
Mm-hmm.
A witch or a warlock is as simple as you manipulating somebody. Now you're a witch. Now you're a warlock. Um, so how I was a warlock, I used to watch dating coaches. These new age dating coaches, these red pill, blue pill dating coaches or whatever, and these dating coaches. So I'd watch them on YouTube, and then I would they would pretty much teach you how to talk to women, how to manipulate women to pretty much to get whatever you want out of them. And I would watch the videos, and then I would do the things they would tell me, and they would work. They would work. I would be manipulating women by the way I talk to women, my tone of voice, and then everything I'll say, I'll make sure I'll be slow to say what I had to say, and it's pretty much like a script. I had line for line, beat for beat, and then I would have these women pretty much in my hand, just off of what I was saying, the tone of my voice and what I was saying, and I would be careful with my words because I knew the power of my words and how women fell in love with the things a man says. So I would be very precise in what I would say. It was almost like a script, and I would say the same things to all the women. And I had a lot of women, and I would say the same things to all the same women. I would say the same things to all of them, and it was all like pretty much scripted line for line. And I would use my tone of voice, and then I would look at them a certain way too, like a very intense, like in the back of my head, I'll say I love you, but and then I'll look at them like I love them, like it's like I was deep into this manipulation, Jezebelic spirit, and being a warlock, and I was manipulating women to get anything I wanted. If I wanted sex out of them, I was gonna get it. If I wanted I really whatever I want. If I wanted them to be obsessed with me, I would. They would be obsessed with me. Anything I wanted from a woman, I got it, and I had all the women I wanted. I got them because I was watching these dating coaches, these new age teaching dating coaches. Y'all be seeing on YouTube these red pill, uh, semen retention guys that was teaching like
This boy is crazy. This little nigga seems traumatized by his own dirty shit.
teaching manipulation. It was teaching witchcraft right now. A lot of people don't know that it's witchcraft, but manipulation is witchcraft, whether you know it or not. That's a witchcraft, and not only men use this tactic, women use this tactic too. If you're talking to somebody and then it seems like they're everything they're saying, they're taking time with it, and it's like almost scripted out, like they're trying to be perfect. They're trying to be perfect, and then they're also very seductive. They always want to touch you. They're always looking at you like a in a very lustful manner, in a very seductive manner, and then they use their tone of voice in a very seductive manner too. So all these things, this is all a form of manipulation. It's a form of witchcraft, and if you're doing these things, you need to repent and turn to Jesus. Some people don't know what they're doing is witchcraft. Some people do, and I used to dabble in that, and I would use it to my advantage. The way I would talk to women, the way I'm looking at them, and I would just script out everything I had.
His mind doesn't work good. He's gonna go back to doing the shit. You'll see him when in a few years when he's a little older. He's gonna go back to this same witchcraft shit. That's what he's calling it. It's basically just using a lame dudes a lame dude going to a dating coach to figure out how to get some pussy. Okay, so what's new about that? That's what niggas been doing. So what?
Everything. Like if I'm having a conversation with a woman, I'll have it all scripted in my head. I'll use everything as pretty much like I'm playing chess. Boom, she said this. All right, what should I say? Boom, boom, bam, got her. Said this. Now she and then I would even say like I love you to these women. Whole time, I'm just saying it to manipulate them to get whatever I wanted out of them, and I got it. So y'all be careful. Signs of a witch or warlock in your dating life is the things that they say is script. It feels scripted. It seems like they're trying to be too perfect. If they're very lustful, they like touching on you, grabbing on you. They're looking at you with very like you can see it in their eyes. You can tell when they're being very lustful and like they're just looking at you with a deep, intense lust in their eyes. Um, and then also like the tone of their voice. The tone of their voice. If it's a man, he'll try to be slow and keep his voice low, slow and low. And then if it's a woman, it'd be like I don't know how to explain the women, but they'll just be very like
Is this boy? Is he even legal? Is he like still in high school? What is this?
seductive with their voice and very girly too. And a lot of times they'll act like they're submissive and they'll just it's a bunch of manipulation. Manipulation is witchcraft, whether you know it or not. And that's what the Jezebel spirit works in. They like to have
This boy is just dumb. Like any woman that fell for this shit is dumb too. It's not even that deep.
control and everything they want control. That's a form of witchcraft. Satan wants control. He wanted everybody to worship him. Same thing with same thing with Jezebel, same thing with witchcraft. It's about having control. And yeah, that's my testimony. I was a warlock and a manipulator. And I would get what I want out of whatever fear.
Is this what's happening with the young people? This boy, he's shell shocked. Damn. Well then, get out the fucking dating dating advice videos, boy.
I wanted, I got her by using these tactics. And if you guys see these tactics in anyone, that's a sign you need to leave them. Stop talking to them because the enemy's working through them. They're manipulating you and they're trying to pretty much they're just using you for whatever reason. It could be lust, it could be money, it could be I don't know. I don't know the backgrounds. But Yeah, that's my testimony. Y'all be careful of these seducing spirits, the Jezebel spirit. Y'all be careful of the enemy. He's working very hard in this hour in these end times. We are in the end times. People need to repent, turn to God, um, seek the kingdom of God first, and everything will be added unto you. Jesus loves you. I love you, and that's my testimony, y'all.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm not impressed, little boy. Um, you know, he just couldn't even break down what he had gotten himself into. And all he really is saying, he wanted to have sex and he was desperate to figure out how to get a girl, and the dating apps helped him, and he was around some dumb chicks. That's it. And now it's like his former self was dumb, and his warlock side was dumb, and his so-called uh Christian side, he's dumber. So dumb and dumber. He went from dumb to dumber. He dumbed down himself. He didn't even, give himself a chance. Just fucking dumb. He's still dumb. He's still dumb. Okay, work on it. That would be a good way to keep people from becoming warlocks. You're gonna go from being dumb to dumber. He's a good poster child for that. All right. All right. I don't feel sorry for these redeemed people, and I don't feel sorry for these chicks. I don't feel sorry for the men, the niggas, people that admit to being warlocks, or women who were with warlocks or who are still with warlocks. I don't give a fuck. I mean, if you like warlock dick, you like warlock dick. Okay, you get what you got. That's it. No sympathy here. Just realize you're dumb. That's all. It is not that deep. Um, and one thing about the Christian world that is always a little bit annoying is why is it I'm not gonna get into that. Y'all not ready for that. I'm not gonna even pose that question. I'm not even gonna pose that question. Not on YouTube. All right, last one on this chick right here. This is the one that I saw first, and it's not even that. I don't know. What do they do on TikTok? Like, there's like this whole community, and I don't understand the TikTok community. I'm gonna be honest. But I was googling something and looking up something, and bam, shit just popped up. So that's how I got on this topic. Meanwhile, the black femicide rate is staying high as hell. So, all right. I guess this is the first I saw, so I didn't even really listen to her. I think maybe a few minutes, so I'm gonna just see what she's saying.
Okay, y'all.
And y'all, every time I do a live, I forget this chick's name. Risa. What's the one who did the I can't believe I dated. Let me see. I think it's Risa Tisa. Everybody's trying to do a Risa Tisa. Yeah. Risa Tisa with her ex-husband. I can't believe. Who the F did I marry? That's what it was called. Who the bleep did I marry? Yeah. But I found out why people don't like truly smart people. Oh man, I got the code cracked on millions of people around the world, and they can't fool me anymore. Now I understand why people like being dumb, why they like being ratchet, why they can't stop being fake. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hear my last live. Anyway, on Patreon. Let's see what this chick is saying. And why is it that all of these people are Christians calling out warlocks? That's interesting. I got thoughts about that, but let's play a little bit of what she's saying. The time I accidentally dated a warlock.
The time I dated a warlock. Lord, I pray that this testimony touch your people that is listening and watching near, that you be in the midst, for you said we are overcome by each other's testimonies. In Jesus Christ's name, I pray, declare, and decree. Amen. So, yeah, grab your popcorn, grab whatever y'all need to grab, because we about to talk. And I'm going to just tell y'all, like I know y'all, a little bit of what I've been through. And I pray it reaches some people and help them overcome some things. This is about the time I dated a warlock and did not know, and how bad it got for me, right? If you don't know what a warlock is, look it up and y'all gonna be like, wow. Let's start. So, back in 2018, if y'all watched my previous video, I was not set free. I was not delivered. I was not any of that. So 2018 of August, I met a dude. He had a thick accent. His name was New Orleans. So I called him. Y'all know what that means. So he was fine, so I thought. But I worked in the shop. This shop was small. It didn't have many people there. It was just me and my friend. And she was working on a client. This client was an older lady. So while this she's working on this client, somebody gets out this client car because I can see the window. And as she's working on the lady, we're gonna call her the lady because later on in the story, this lady's gonna come back up. So when I say the lady, y'all had to watch this video in order to know who she is. So next thing you know, somebody get out of her car. He walking the dog. Back then, y'all know I'm not in God, so a lot can catch my attention when you in lusting in the flesh, right? Like he kind of fine, got braids. He came in talking, asking about a restroom or something. Like who was that? I never thought he was with the lady who car he was in because that lady was so much older than him. So whatever. He ended up sliding me his number. I talked to him for 1 week, and then he disappeared. But before he disappeared, he said a couple things that stuck with me. And like I said, I wasn't delivered. I didn't know. I knew of God, but I didn't have a personal relationship with God. He said we would go places, and if he see a lot of girls or something, he'll say we gotta leave for my horns come out. And then, or if he made me mad, I would say something like I would get upset, like really upset back then. He'll tell me, he was real animated, so he would start saying you got a demon in you. Okay, I'm just telling y'all these as some things that's gonna make sense later in the story. Moving on. So I messed with him for like 1 week. He ended up disappearing, and I did not care. I never looked for him. I had so many dudes back then, y'all couldn't tell you who was left, who was right. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, so I ended up dating a different guy. 2019 come around, and I ended up getting set free by God. You know, I still dated the different guy. We gonna call him Kansas. Um, he didn't get set free, but I did. He was kind of the person I clung.
And you notice all these reformed warlock lovers, they're all talking about dating, It's really women who are just hooked on sex and they don't want to acknowledge what their issues were, so they're calling them in warlocks. I mean, okay, go ahead.
To throughout this time.
Let's back that up.
Look for him. I had so many dudes back then, y'all couldn't tell you who was left, who was right.
Okay, you was freaking. She was freaking.
I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, so I ended up dating a different guy. 2019 come around, and I ended up getting set free by God. You know, I still dated the different guy. We gonna call him Kansas. Um,
You still busting it wide open and you got set free by God. Okay, that's what you're saying. All right.
he didn't get set free, but I did. He was kind of the person I clung to throughout this time.
Is set free another code word for Christian orgasms? What is the set free?
So 2019 of April, I got set free. My life started changing. I could see in the spirit. Everything looked different. I never even thought about the dude New Orleans from the previous year. I left him in the past with all the other dudes. Um, but I could just see in the spirit. I was more sensitive. I was a whole different person. And if y'all watch the last transformation video, y'all can literally see the difference. Whew. So 2020 come around. Okay, boom. We entering COVID. During 2019, y'all, I'm fresh into God. So If anybody been set free or delivered, you fast a lot. You crave God's presence. You want to be around God. So that's what I was doing. Even though I still was dating old dude.
She was still horny as fuck. She was still fucking, but she was set free. That's what that means. Woman, thou art loose. Thou art
You
loose.
know, Kansas, who I was with, he just was like, stand by to
See, these people now, there's no set free. You still fucking, you still doing what you want to do. So why are you worrying about talking about God now? I don't really like all that bullshit. Pick a side.
my relationship I was in with God. Like I was obsessed. I dived right in.
I think these relationships with these Christians are
He
just
just was like, stand
they just get more horny as the time goes by. It's a waste of time, y'all. Just faking your bullshit till your next orgasm.
by to my relationship I was in with God. Like I was obsessed. I dived right in. And I never left God. And I would read my Bible all night. I'm listening to sermons. I'm just changing day by day. So 2020 come around. In Kansas, he has his own place. I have my own place, but he said we should move in together. We moving together, boom. Y'all, God had changed me. Me in Kansas did move to the suburbs. We living good. I was on Section 8. So this, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm on a high life. This is God's blessing. Life is great. I thought me and Kansas was going to get married.
Hmm.
So COVID hit. Me and Kansas, we still doing good, but we're living together. I grew up in a household where I was loved. I always was loved in my life by men, by everybody. Like I was always loved. Kansas, for his own reasons, we never got into it, but he decides he want to move out in November of 2019. We moved together. I mean, not 2019, 2020. We moved in together April of 2020. So yes, y'all see that was short lived. But when he moved out, y'all, I was so devastated. Devastated. I'm still in God, and
Oh, I can't wait to see what she says about why she was devastated when she was busting it wide open with Kansas.
it just so happened during this time I'm fasting secretly for 40 days. But this fast, I was doing no meats, no sweets, no bread. He moved out, y'all. I'm devastated, but I'm in that fresh breakup mode, back outside. I'm back outside. Mind you, during all this, I'm still in God. So the whole time me and Kansas was together, I stay in God, y'all. All the churches closed down. I ended up finding a church that was open during COVID. Like I never left God's side. I always was in God. I needed
Unless you was with Candace, then you were not with God, right? I'm pretty sure that's what you mean.
God because in this moment in my life, I'm performing as a version of me I do not know. So yeah, it was easy
Oh, you're performing as a version of yourself, but not a virgin of yourself. I got you.
to go through life and navigate when I was in bondage to shame and everything I was in. But now I don't know myself enough to leave God. So no matter what dude is in my life or not, I can't leave God, right? Okay. So I'm at the shop. Remember that shop I was working in? I'm still there. It got that big window. Boom. I see a scat pull up. That get us excited. If you little girl, I think what's that car? Hellcat scat, whatever. It pulled up. Like, who is this pulling up like this? This is 2 days after Kansas had moved out of our beautiful home, left me without a bills, and took out of furniture. Yeah, for his own reasoning. It wasn't no cheating going on.
Why buy the cow when you can get the milk free?
We didn't argue. We both was prideful, and that broke us up. And I was cool with that.
Pride cometh before the fall.
I'm that girl, and I got God. Boom. Who is this pulling up in that charger thing, that loud thing? I look out the window. Boom, a chocolate thing hop out the car. Y'all, why is it New Orleans? This is a year later. I'm like, what? God, this must be you.
She's on some bullshit. Oh, damn. Now I gotta find the part two. I didn't want to get all involved in her bullshit, but I didn't actually think I'd be interested in her story. Um, but I am curious to see where the fuck she's gonna go with that. And I don't know if I can find it. Let me see if I can find the shit. She's on some bull. Oh, okay. That's not. Let me find the clip. It's just crazy to see how People going crazy over these ninjas. Oh shit. Y'all don't tell me I can't find shit. I just hit the delete button to close the video with the shit. Mm. Yeah, this is just I just thought it was kind of interesting and that they're a little bit slow. Why is this happening? I've done the videos about the Negroes and the apes and stuff. So I just want to know. That's my question, y'all. Why are these women so slow? And y'all, any thoughts on that? Hold on, let me see. I completely lost that fucking video. I don't know if I can find it back. Find it again, y'all. Well, maybe you saw her name, and you can watch the shit. I don't know. Basically, you get the point, though, right? Like, and shout out to Black Women's Liberation and Spring Flower and RJ and Winter Glow. All of my, if you are a supporter of my work, and I did not call your name, I completely support you and thank you for supporting me. Damn, that girl was ditzy, man. She was a ditzy little chick. Oh man, it's just I want them to do better. I want them to do better. That's how I'm gonna start saying this shit. Um, like they get up here and they just say this shit. Okay, POV. The time I accidentally dated a warlock. You accidentally dated a warlock. That was the name of the shit. POV, point of view. I guess TikTok. POV. POV. The time I accidentally dated a warlock, and I already told y'all a while back, a long time ago, that these women were going to be copying Risa Tisa. And they're not going to acknowledge that they're copying Risa Tisa. They're just going to hope they go viral, which is, again, Black women not being able to sync up with each other and truly be supportive. And which is why everything that Black women do is it's get copies or it fails because Black women don't support each other. So there's all these videos, right? And one of the things about this is the chicks are trying to deflect, and I don't like it. I don't like the deflecting side of this warlock conversation because you could easily find hundreds of people commenting about, if you want to talk in a religious term, these Jezebel entities that attract these warlocks, but people want to act like brand new Christians when they know they would bust it open again if they get a chance to fucking fuck with another warlock. That's the name of the video if you want to go and dig her up, because she's on some bullshit. I can tell you that right now. She was loving her life, and the bullshit that she had going on. In fact, y'all, there's no part two. I think somebody even in the comment section was like, "Where's part two?" She has 590,000 views for that. For basically talking about busting it open with apes. There's nothing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know how I feel about them. They're apes. So, but when you think about it, it's like that shows the stupidity. It's like I can't say what I want to say on Patreon. I want to say it, but not. All right. Let's look at one more of these women. This one is shorter. I just think these ladies, this is pretty. I don't know. I just wanted to share a little bit and hang out with y'all tonight. That's all. Really, that was it. You know what I'm saying? This one is. Let's see what wisdom she speaks here. Let's see how powerful this is going to be. I know it's going to be powerful.
People always wonder why it's so hard to leave an abuser, a narcissist, a manipulator. Narcissist abuse is spiritual warfare. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Synovia Cherie, and we discuss narcissism, everything about it, but from a spiritual perspective. So if that's what you want to know about, you stay here. You're in the right place. So sometimes people want to know why it's so hard to leave a narcissist. It's so hard to leave a narcissist because you have to take that battle to the realm of the spirit. You are dealing with evil spirits, demonic entities. And sometimes when they manifest, you can see that. There was a time when my ex manifested and his eyes turned black and they looked like they were just like black slits. And I was like, what the crap is going on? This is before I knew that I was dealing with Python, Leviathan, Jezebel. This is before that. I didn't know what was going on. Because what happens is also when you're dealing with a narcissist, you are under witchcraft. You are under a spirit of mind control. People always wonder why it's...
So we can see why black women are staying behind, because all of these videos are black women talking outward, outside of themselves. And a lot of people do videos starting out like that. And, definitely, you know, 12, 13 years ago, whenever it was, I mean, I started out talking about black males. I would also encourage black women that long ago to focus on sisterhood, which is like a dirty word among the sisterhood. Sisterhood is a dirty word amongst the sisterhood, but I came with that. And so eventually, after a couple of years, I realized I need to start talking about the ladies, because this is, and not in a way, that would be, I didn't want it to go viral. I just wanted to really make the shit make sense. But I see here all these years later, all these women, they're still talking outside of themselves. The apes are the only one that want the sex that they keep having, and you get what I'm saying. So these people in the comment section over here on her video, they're asking her. One of them is saying, DMZ168 is saying, how do we break free from this? What spirits do we cast out? Does fasting help? I feel like I've been praying and fasting for years, but he's latched on so tight. Like, cut the motherfucker off. What are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, talking outside of themselves. The one at the front says, yes, they really are, and they don't even know they are. She's saying they practicing black magic on us sometimes without even knowing. I've tried to leave 6 times and I always go back. Yeah, I told you, these people are these are sex addicts. Mm. This is so much bullshit. This is so true. She said, my abusive relationship with a narcissist brought me closer to God because I had to fight the battle in the spirit. And see, and there, the statistics are showing now that it's just as many female narcissists on the planet as it is male narcissists, if not more women by now. So you can look that up too. But that's what it is. I don't really understand why these people are still looking outside of themselves. They want that D. They want that nigga dick. And one of the things that pisses me off the most, I shouldn't say it pisses me off. I would just say it's very, um, thank you. Thank you so much, Black Women's Liberation. I love you too, sister. Appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. All of y'all. And one of the things that bother me is I'm just wanting like some TikToker or YouTuber, Instagrammer to, say, hey, look, we got a problem. We're sex addict bitches. We need to get rid of the dirty peen and wash ourselves whiter than snow. Of course, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna keep fucking deflecting. They're gonna keep fucking deflecting. And they're gonna keep getting mad at my comments when I put comments on these crime show videos and shit. I just, another thing I'm tired of. You know, they say like attracts like. So if he's a warlock, you a witch. If he's a nigga, you a bitch. Let me stop. People can't handle things like that, so I shouldn't say things like that. But yeah, of course these niggas ain't no good. Y'all want to hear me say that? Yes, they ain't shit. They're ugly. They're dumb. They're slow. They're not masculine. You know what I'm saying? They need the white man just like you do. You know what I'm saying? They are codependent pieces of shit. But the one area that they have advanced in is they are grown old men warlocks. And I said earlier that they make black women look like little girls. They make black women look like little teenagers who are just discovering a fucking candle and some a book of spells. You know what I'm saying? Like get the fuck out of here. You're dealing with like full grown demons, black women, and you're like, I was just breaking up when I was breaking up with him, girl. My past, I was so into God, honey. Like, and when he left me, I was like, why did he leave me? He moved out all of his stuff, but I was so close to God, and I was still, like, what? That's what's going on in the brain. Stop. Let me see what y'all saying. Elegant 17 said D is the only thing that makes them feel loved. It's true. It's a fact. It's a fucking fact. It's one of the things I resent the most about the collective, the female collective, because anything else, I think black women are bored or they don't have attention span. They don't trust. If you're not, I'm not going to say everything. I'm not going to say everything. But if you ain't coming with that D, you're going to get slashed. They're going to slash your ass. If you ain't coming with that D, honey, they are slashing your ass. Like a Big Lots liquidation sale. They're slashing that ass. So, anybody want to talk on this thing? If not, I can just fucking, whatever. I don't even know when I'm coming on, so I know y'all don't shit. I know y'all don't know. It's just unfortunate that we dealing with people being slow. They're still gonna keep getting their ass beat, y'all, and I'm still gonna keep doing lives to address the slowness. It's almost 15 years later. Black women are just talking about fucking warlocks. Are you for real? Are you for fucking real? 15 years later, since we've been talking about it, I'm going ahead and calling it 15 fucking years. Okay. Yeah, we're fucking with full-grown demons, and the sisters are just slow, man. Golly. Hit that link if you want to join me on there, RJ. Pop on in, queen, pop on in. Azur said, let's see, black women, okay, let me back up. KP said they are setting themselves up to burn eternally in a bed of lust. That's true. Springflower said black women don't know what sex toys are. Yeah, doesn't that just sound so fucking dumb? Like they should just Go fucking black women. Just order some sex toys. Are y'all that fucking desperate for dirty criminals, ugly, crusty, ashy nobodies to fuck? Yeah, like get some fucking sex toys. And then Azur said, black women said she also is wearing a cross. Yeah, you peep that? They going hard on the Jesus piece. I'm telling you that getting set free is sounding like it's starting to sound like that orgasm, that Christian orgasm stuff that she's not acknowledging. Well, hello, sister, how you doing? Where are you? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. All right, I'm adding you right now to the stage, RJ. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
this was impromptu.
I'm telling you, girl. I was looking
Yeah,
at this shit
I
like,
think
go ahead.
the Christian girls just learned about warlocks and they're all on TikTok talking about warlocks. Not every guy's a warlock. They
Right.
so funny. Oh,
I'm telling you.
they're so funny. Oh my God. I think there's something that happened like to these women at some point. It's like they just get so tired of the of like of of dating, and then they're like, oh, I got saved, or I got set free and all this nonsense. It's like the desire is burning them up. That's what that's what they can't control. It's like they're getting swallowed up by the desire, and it's like, oh, now I need God to help me. So it's like you said, like attracts like. These men are the same way, but they don't have any desire to like squash that lust, you know. But these
Mhm.
women do. They want to, but they don't know how. But they don't know how because they worship the whole. They're like phallic worshipers. So it's like, what's the point? Why? Because she's like, oh, I'm fasting, but then she's like still sleeping with men. But I'm like, okay, well, the point of fasting is to do all the things that fast, like not just like the food part. You gotta be celibate too. Like, what's the point? Like, but she missed that part, and it's just like they just getting ridiculous. Like, they're really getting ridiculous. Like, and I've seen a lot of, like, because I'm on TikTok, so when there's a trend, like, everybody gets on the trend. They get on the trend and they talk about it, but most of the time they have nothing to add that's like relevant. Um, and then I don't believe half these stories because, like, that her story don't even make no sense. That just sounds like some guy in the hood. Like, that was some guy in the hood that you was talking to. Like, I was at a warlock. Like, come on now. It's
Yeah.
so stupid.
She
They
said
just
that
being stupid.
talking about she fasting from bread, meat and sweets or something like that. And I'm like, everything but,
Nonsense.
some D. Right. I mean,
Uh,
just sandwiching God all together up in her little messy life. Just
right.
ridiculous.
And it bothers me because I think a lot of them, like, when they really having a hard time, they go into like spiritual psychosis. Like, everybody is against them. They got demons all over and they're poisoning their food. Like, it's like the anxiety turns into spiritual psychosis because they don't know what's what. They just be hearing stuff and then talking about warlocks and this stuff. Like, you don't even know. it's not a spiritual practice you even read about that you know enough to be like, oh, this is a warlock or this is that. They don't know nothing. So to be talking about it like that is just like, now you making up stuff. You just making up things. Like, the people that actually study these things and know about these things, like if they talk about having an interaction with a warlock, I'm more likely to believe than, you know, somebody else. Somebody just saying that just because the guy was not a good person. And then a lot of like that's what that is. Like the guy's a bum. He's not a warlock, he's a bum. Okay. Like, get over
That's true. True. So
it.
true.
Like, so, and then the other part is the woman that was talking about the narcissistic men, and it's witchcraft and all. It could be like, but these men are not that sophisticated to be doing with witchcraft on you. Let's
Mm-hmm.
be honest, right? They're not. They're not sophisticated. They don't know anything about the practice. So how they doing witchcraft on you? Now, collectively, you can have an argument about that. Like
Mm-hmm.
as a collective, they have a spiritual collective that is vampiric. That is like takes a lot, takes your energy. So I believe that. But like this individual doing witchcraft on you, that's very unlikely. What it
Right.
is that most of these relationships and these people, they're just emotionally they're not emotionally intelligent. And if they are narcissists, I think these women are narcissists too, because
Mm-hmm.
half the time, these women are engaging these men that are narcissists for a long, long time, and I'm like, okay, like you be knowing, you be knowing what you're getting into, and I don't believe any woman that says there was no signs. Like anytime a woman says that, I stop listening because I'm like, girl, there were signs you ain't see them. Just say that. Don't say there were no signs. Like there's always signs, and I think like part of the thing is that a lot of women think that when there was a narcissist that they're not narcissists,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, you are a narcissist.
Yeah, that's
Nine times out of ten, you are, but the person that you abuse is yourself. Because you got to think, because like that comment was like, oh, I went back 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Well, who are you abusing in that scenario? You're abusing yourself. You're the narcissist to yourself because you got to tell yourself after he beat you every day, abuse you, call you all kinds of names, you got to tell yourself to go back to this meeting. So think about that. Think about a
mm-hmm.
person after you tell them what this man has done to you, and they tell you, oh, you need to go back to this man. What would you call that person? A
Mm-hmm.
narcissist. That's what you would call them. And so you are one too. That's what you attract. That's the attraction. Because y'all need to stop with this. Like you need to look at yourselves and see what you're doing. Y'all always think outwards like, oh, they're doing something to someone, but you are someone. You're a person
Mm-hmm.
too. So
That's
when
right.
you do these things to yourself, you're a narcissist. It's except the person that you abuse is yourself. You're abusing yourself. And you think that's okay. That's all right to do. That's the problem. That's what y'all have in common. He thinks it's okay to abuse you. You think it's okay to abuse you too. So what's the problem? That's why that works. That's why y'all together.
Mm-hmm. And
That's the
and
point.
it's no, and nobody. I have not heard anybody admit, RJ, in these videos across social media where I haven't caught any video where women are actually saying, "Yes, I was hungry for the sex too, so I attracted the narcissist because I was actually after his dirty peen, like he was after my stuff." Like they're not. I just if we can get this close to the warlock conversation and not admit, like, she was just fucking and talking about God, and she didn't have any kind of what they would call conviction or anything. She was just like, he was this. One of the chicks was just saying he's a warlock, and then one of them said he's just a narcissist. But they're not talking about what they're doing. If y'all hear any videos where women are admitting anything about their role in this stuff, like where they're narcissists too, please, because I've seen more videos of dudes admitted to being narcissists than anything, which is how they end up staying on top of women. Because because just to even admit that you are something means you're going to get access to more information than somebody who's denying it. You know what I'm saying? Girl, just insane. It's insane. I think I lost her for the sound, just so you know. Uh, I can't hear you, RJ, if you're speaking.
Okay, how about now?
Oh, there you go.
How
Gotcha.
about now?
Yep, gotcha.
All
Yes.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay, perfect. And I also like I think women do themselves a disservice and not looking, at themselves, um because they I and most people don't want to victim blame, and I get that. And that's not necessarily what I'm saying when I say
Hmm.
that, but there is a there is a connection that you're making that you have to break. You're from your end, right? That
Hmm.
these women don't ever look at, because they're like, oh, this guy's a narcissist. This guy is doing this to me. This guy, this, and this guy, that. And I'm like, okay, that's true, because, yeah, men are that. But you still come back. You still here. Like, what? Let's examine that. Why are you still here? Like, it, like, what are we talking about? So it's like, at that point, you gotta be like, okay, but you still here, you still want to engage, you still are trying to date, you still doing all these things on some, desire that they're going to be different, they're going to be, something that you want. But that who's really the warlock here? Because you're the warlock thinking that you could do a spell and change all the shit. Like, who's really? He knows what
Mm.
he got. You the one making the imagination and trying to put shit together that don't work. Like,
Exactly.
who's really doing magic? Like, he know what he got. He got a stupid bitch. Like, you stupid. He know that.
Absolutely.
You're the one that don't know that you keep trying to concoct this magic potion to make this work. That's the problem. That's the
It really
problem.
is.
Like,
Hmm.
like, and these women, if we're talking about the spiritual realm, the men are in their being, and you're in your doing. That's what's happening. They already know what they are. They walking into it and just saying, this is who I am. I'm fucked up, and that's it. What you want me to do? They're not even trying to fix themselves. They're in their being. You the one doing all this effort and reading and trying to, like, be in these relationships that don't work. You're trying to read your way out, trying to God your way out. You're the doing. You're doing. You're not being.
Mm.
You're the one
Wow.
doing a lot of the work. So if we're talking about warlocks, you're the one acting like a warlock.
Mm.
They walking into their magic. They're already being in their magic. And you can call it whatever you like, but they can do it without trying. What that guy that guy that was saying that he was a warlock, and he said, "Oh yeah, I know how to talk to them. I have a script. I just walk in there and I have a tone and I blah blah blah." And it's coming natural to him at this point. He's saying it's like in his being. He walking in there like, I got these girls. That's what he's doing. Do I believe that? No. But that's what he's saying. And if he believes it, then I believe that it's happening to him.
Uh-huh.
Because that's how magic works. You believe it, you're creating it, and you're manifesting it. So that's what it is. Whether I believe it or not, that's not my business. But that's what he's saying. He is in he is in his being. He's in his being. But these women be trying so hard and doing all kinds of nonsense. Um, trying to make things work. It's just it be ridiculous. And like they don't know enough about magic to be in their magic, to be magical. Like very few black women study magic or know magic. They
Mm.
know they study God. They give their power to God,
Mhm.
but they don't know how to be in their godliness. They're not doing that. That's not their practice. You see
So
this woman, she's like, oh, I'm what she say? I'm set free. God
yeah.
set me free, but she's still in the chain. She's still in the freaking loop. But she's saying God set her free,
yeah.
and she's still looking at this bum like this is a potential. Like, but God set you free. How? Why? Where? You? Why? So if God set you free, why are you looking at this guy, this warlock supposedly? Why
Yes.
is that? Why is there even an attraction there? That means you're not set free, babes. That's what that means. You've not been set free from the loins of lust.
Yeah, I just
You know?
sometimes I'm starting to think it's like I said it, some kind of they're on some kind of sexual high, like they're looking for the high, and this is like they just add in religion and stir, just trying to get that sexual hit. One of the ladies in the comments said a lot of the women they're not even having orgasms. I forgot who said that,
Right,
but they're just chasing these warlock peens, and like you said, the men aren't powerful enough to. I agree so much with that. The men are not powerful enough to be warlocks individually. I do think they have jumped ahead collectively, and collaborated somehow across generations to build the power that they have over black women, like with the mind control thing. So they kind of
right,
jump timelines, and they were able to like make some kind of quantum leap where the past fucking the fact what I mean the past 6 generations, even in our lifetime, 5 6 generations have been under their spell, and even when women are not under, they still are fucking hypnotized. Hypnosis, some kind of
right,
hypnosis.
right, right. And like black men have accepted their fate, and it's just what it collectively. That's how I feel. Like they just are. They're like, this is what I am. This is who I am, and take it or leave it. And there's a
Yeah.
power in that. There's power in that because now you can walk around like this bitch. This is what it is. Like this is what it
Yeah.
is. Like there's, there's nothing else. You're not gonna get more than this. This is what it is. And so Now you ain't gotta try. You ain't gotta be doing all this nonsense. You just take it or leave it. But these women are in denial, still daydreaming, still playing around with God and nonsense, and like they mixing things together that don't mix together. It's just a bunch of nonsense. Like
Yeah.
trying to make something out of nothing. That's what black women are good for, making stuff out of nothing.
Oh yeah.
They get, they're the alchemists of the group. They make stuff from nothing. So they still trying to do that with these men, and it doesn't work because the men are like, "This is what you get. Like, there's nothing else. There's nothing
Yeah.
in the back. You're not gonna get nothing in the back. There's no more."
Yeah, to prove your point, let me show you a clip on something. It's like a YouTube short, real fast. This is Snoop Dogg talking about Eminem, like you get what you get, and the only way you to prove that you're right, RJ, is like showing like, hey, I could be sorry, I could be powerful. I am what I am. That's the way they think,
Right,
which is powerful.
right.
Let me see if I. Yeah, just a little clip I saw the other day, and I was like, that's them
Yeah.
just being. Yeah, let me
When I
see.
rap with Eminem, I know I gotta be way up. Feeling with the venom. Cause this ain't playing. Don't nobody want it, but they're gonna get it anyway. He make you go hard. He the type of that when you finish the song, he'll go back in and change and do 4 more bars. You be like, you cheating, man. Why you get 4 more bars, Eminem? You motherfucker, you. You already done cut my hand off. Now you going in for 4 more bars? And he just. You better duck and you finna be dead. You're an enemy, 100% of you is a 50% of me. I'm about to fucking finish you, bitch. I'm available. You wanna battle? I'm available. I'm blowing. Hey, goddamn it, Marshall. You bad motherfucker. I'm glad you're on my team. When I rap with
Okay, I'm gonna play it one more time. It's very short. That way y'all catch it again.
Eminem, I know I gotta be way up. Feeling with the venom. Cause this ain't playing. Don't nobody want it, but they're gonna get it anyway. He make you go hard. Then he the type of that when you finish the song, he'll go back in and change and do 4 more bars. You be like, you cheating, man. Why you get 4 more bars, Eminem? You motherfucker, you. You already done cut my hand off. Now you going in for 4 more bars? And he just. You finna be dead the minute you're an enemy. 100% of you is a 50% of me. I'm about to fucking finish you, bitch. I'm available. You wanna battle? I'm available. I'm blowing. Hey, goddamn it, Marshall. You bad motherfucker. I'm glad you're on my team. When I rap with Eminem.
So y'all see what's happening with that. It's like what RJ was saying. Like they can just be themselves in a certain way, and whether even if it's weak,
Mhm.
whether it's kissing white man ass or whatever, or admitting defeat, they can just be themselves. And that would
Right.
seem so simple, but that's where women are losing it to these. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I try not to talk too bad when RJ's on the platform with me. Um, but yeah,
And the thing is, like, I'm not mad at women for trying. What I'm mad at women for is the denial of the fucking reality in the first place. Like, that's what makes me upset. Like, if you doing magic, just say that. That's
mhm,
what you're doing, right? Like, if that's what you're doing, just say that. Say, I'm being delusional. I'm 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 trying to get this to be not be what it is. I can respect that because now I see that this is a person that's at least in control, that's saying, I see what it is. I'm trying to change it.
mhm,
I respect that. And I think spiritually, I respect that because that actually has purpose.
mhm.
What I don't like is for you to deny what you're looking at and just be stupid. That's the
Yeah.
part where I'm just like, stop it. You're grinding my gears now. Like
Okay, so
you're
so
playing with me, you're trolling
and this is regarding the women,
me.
right? Like playing stupid.
Yes, the women.
Mhm.
Yes, they're playing
Mhm.
stupid. Like the girl, she's
Mhm.
telling her story, playing stupid. Like, okay, if I'm a discerning person and you're telling me, oh, I got set free, yada, 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 I'm fasting, all this nonsense. And then you look at a warlock and you're like locking eyes. We lock eyes. Like, you're delusional. Okay.
Mm.
You're delusional. You're still delusional. Okay. That is not how you describe what is happening. Because in reality, is that you should be telling the story and saying, I thought I was set free. This is how I knew I was not.
That is right.
This
That
is how
is
you tell
right.
the story because then you understand that you were not set free. I was
Yes.
not set free. And therefore, I could look at this warlock and be like, yeah, I want that. You see how, see what control, see what discernment does? Like, you look at the same story you're telling, but you're telling it from wisdom, not from stupidity. You're
Right.
saying like
Right.
I was set free. I was set free, but then I was dating all these men, and then I was fasting, but I was still sleeping with them. Like nonsense. It's just nonsense. You just talking nonsense because for somebody like me, I'm looking at you like shush, little girl, shush, because you're not saying nothing. You're not saying nothing to me, and that's how I. That's what annoys me. Like when, and it's grown women doing it too. Like you're looking at a situation where y- you got to see the reality for what it is. Now, if you want to change it, I'm all good. Listen, use your magic, use your power, use whatever. I'm for that, but I need you to know what the reality looks like now and
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing. Because if you don't, you're just putting things, it's like putting things in the kitchen sink. Like you're just putting nonsense making a soup. Like that's not a potion, man. There's just stuff you're throwing in the sink.
We got
You
Kate.
got
Kate just joined us.
Kate, Kate, what's up?
Kate, what's going on? You on with us? Sometimes it takes a minute. Kate, Kate, Kate.
Yeah.
Let's see, mate. Okay, just so you know, Kate, we don't hear you. I'll just leave it there and see what happens. But I was gonna show. Yeah, so we were on a roll. I just sort of lost my train of thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, she dropped
Hold
off.
on one second. Let me get
Uh-huh. All
my.
right.
Hold on.
Okay. I want to see what this chick is saying real quick. Just a little short clip on TikTok. This is,
You know that you have been along with a warlock. I've done this message before, but I'm going to do it again. You know, because after the relationship is over, amen, especially if you were being used as a sacrifice, you feel different. And not only that, you're getting a lot of intimate feelings when you're alone. If this is happening to you, what it means is that the warlock is now sacrificing you. The reason they got close to you is because they needed your energetic signature. What does that mean? Simply, they copied in the spirit, your spirit. They copied the functioning of your spirit. And so, because of it, they're able to attach to you without being around you. Many times, when you get into these commitments and relationships that don't last, and all of a sudden the person disappears and they ghost you, it's because they have copied your energetic signature. They have gotten the essence of you, so to speak, and they don't need you anymore. And now you're left with these bad dreams, feeling intimacy and nobody is around, feeling a confusion, like you're in a brain fog a lot of times. Things just don't seem to match up the way that they used to before you knew this person. And the problem with something like this is that it can go on for years. You have to pay attention to it and you have to address it because the warlock is relentless. They will keep on using you spiritually if you do not attempt to stop them. This is very prevalent in our society today, more than we understand. And because people are innocent to the idea that someone would come in and get close to you in order to sacrifice you spiritually, that idea is not something that everyone is knowledgeable about. Amen. So, people of God, we have to be careful. And if you're seeing these symptoms and signs, take it seriously and take action.
All right. I just wanted to see what she was gonna say on that warlock topic. What she said, I will say this. There's some truth to what she said. That's all I'm gonna say. But
Yep.
but the problem is still all of these women are talking outside of themselves, and so as long as a person is not able to reflect on their own energy, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Uh,
Yep.
yeah, because anyway, so we get where we're going with that, but yeah, 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 yeah. This is why women are still behind with the warlock stuff, the demons, the apes, the niggas, the nakers, whatever we've called them on this platform. I just yeah. So as I said before, this was a topic that just came up out of the blue, and I was like, let me get on here. Are y'all good? Ladies, I want RJ. I didn't know if you were coming back. I don't know if she found the. Let me put this link back in before I try to log. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, there you go, RJ.
Yeah, I keep getting bounced off.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's not you, it's me.
Okay.
Yeah, what she said was true, you know.
Mhm.
I agree with that. But you know, I think most people are not warlocks, but
Mhm.
sometimes you do meet one, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you do.
Oh
I think
yeah.
just most people are selfish. Most people are have narcissism, you know, but yeah, they don't have that much power to be like a warlock. But sometimes you do meet them. You encounter somebody like that. And like she said, they're persistent.
Mhm. Some of the ladies are saying, let's see. Okay, visions of a black her story, and she said, I think it's safe to say that black women can assume that all of these men are warlocks and they work their target's head. Then she said they all feed off of our energy. A woman's worth said,
Yeah.
so that, yeah, go ahead and respond to that.
Well, I mean, when I think of a warlock, I think of a person that has intentionality and like intertwined with magic, right? That's what I think. Um, but most men are selfish, narcissistic, and they could seem like that because they're out for themselves. They only look for, like, they only look at things from their perspective. So they're always finding ways to benefit themselves, and in that way, they're always taking from you, like literally taking from you. But a warlock is a person that is not only doing that, but is like intentionally using magic and spiritual tools. Now, collectively, I think like um, collectively as black, like the Black Men Collective, they perfected that power of just like taking from black women. Like it's entitled. It's like an entitlement at this point. They walk into a room, they expect to take, especially from a black woman. Like that's just what it is. Whether it's your life force, your money, your time, your body, whatever, they're taking it. So, and
Mhm.
now it's entitled because we've put them on a pedestal and said, oh, you know, kings and all this nonsense. So now it's like they walk in the room like, okay, which one of these bitches is for me? Like that's what it is. And that collectively is an entitlement that they have in the back of their mind. So in a way you can say, oh, well, all of them can be like that. But a warlock is a specific, when we're talking about what it means, they're using magic. They're using the spiritual realm intentionally on
Mm.
you.
Absolutely. They're not as powerful as they are. I don't think they're as conscious. I think when we saying that the males are not smart enough to they're not smart enough to be warlocks. It's like they're not conscious, like super, like with a
Right.
super conscious mind. They're not using a super conscious mind against women. They're just allowing whatever negativity, evil thoughts, dark energy, to embody them, and that's how they get their power, which makes them seem like they're really truly warlocks. But
Right.
they're just open, like whatever, like they're very feminine males, so they not,
Right. They're in their being.
exactly.
Like
Ex-
we're flipped. We're flipped. We're in our doing. They're in
yeah.
their being. And we should be in our being, and they should be the one trying so hard and doing stuff and creating in the physical world, and trying, like, doing all this stuff, but they're not. They chilling in their being. They
Mhm.
this is who they are, and they just accept it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's see if Kate, can you? You're here, but you need to unmute.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Hey, Carrie.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. All right.
Yes.
What What are you thinking about tonight, Kate, with this topic? She's in and out, in and out. We don't hear you, Kate.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's so strange. I'm actually in a really good spot. I agree with RJ. I don't think that can you hear me?
Yes. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I don't think these guys are warlocks. I think that we need, as black women, we just need to separate from them immediately. These men are impoverished. They are the lowest at the lowest of society. And we don't need to be near that because poverty begets all kinds of suffering. And the easiest way, because these men, black men on average are poor as hell, the only power that they have in life is to make women feel bad. That's it. So
Mm.
I don't understand why black women are still having sex with them. Why is your pussy getting wet for a man that can't even pay your bills? Like, I just don't, I never
Uh-huh.
got that shit. I never got it. And I'm a black woman. My husband, my husband is Caucasian. And I am well taken care of, but I have friends that are educated like me, and they've wasted their entire lives on these no good men. And it's so crazy because every time when I was younger and I was, doing my swirl thing or whatever, but I dated everyone, whatever. Everyone was calling me, this, that, a child of God, all my black girlfriends. And now they're looking at me with their lives after dealing with a lifetime of ninjas fucked up. And I'm talking about cream of the crop, beautiful black women. This isn't about warlocks, religion, anything. It's about proximity to winners. And black men are losers, and black women need to just move accordingly. That's all I got to say. Love y'all.
All right, love you too. That was good.
They coming in hot and quick.
Oh man, that's
I
true.
like it. I like it.
It's the real deal. It's the real deal. We just need to, but it's what's got me, of course, is seeing these women respond to these things and seeing it happen in slow time, like it's slow, like they're just basically skimming the surface. I don't even think they're like, okay, so you think you're gonna fuck with another nigga and he's not gonna be a warlock if that's what he is, like, but like y'all are saying, they're not really, they're not bad enough for that. These men are not dope. They're not like that dope to be real warlocks. And she just said that their power is in dissing women. Or did somebody say that in the comment section? Yeah. So somebody said that. Yeah, that's that's what I think.
Hmm. Yeah. They made whole platforms out of just dissing women.
Oh yeah, she said it. Okay, yeah, that was a good reminder. Just very succinct. Like that is true, Kate. That's one of their strengths, and they brought a lot of men, a lot of ignorant men down who secretly want to bash their women or women in general or black women, and it's just like ridiculous. So that's what their purpose is, to bring women down. Good, I like that. I'll take that. Thanks, Kate.
Hmm.
But yeah, yeah, I'm glad you emphasized, RJ, the fact that these punks are not, well, she didn't say punks, but I'm saying these punks are not powerful enough to be warlocks. So y'all know that black women gotta up, you gotta step up to your like game. Like,
Yeah,
wake up,
and
y'all.
most of them are like they're not intelligent. They barely can read. Like, I mean, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they they they're just not sophisticated, you know? They just not. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, be let's be honest here.
That's right.
Like, a warlock is like disciplined. Like they not playing. Like when we talking about the spiritual world, like there's a lot of things going on, and each like entity has their thing. And to me,
Mm-hmm.
like a warlock is not nothing to play with. Like they're not stupid. They're usually very educated, at least on the subjects that they know. Like
Mm-hmm.
you not, you know, like most of these people, these men are bums. They're homosexuals. They're uneducated. They just make their whole self esteem comes from degrading women. That's where they get their self esteem from.
Mm-hmm. It's
So
really true.
that's it. If they can find some woman to look down on, they feel good. That's how they feel good. So I mean, you don't need magic for that. You don't need nothing for that. That's just regular stupid shit. Like like and this is and to what Kate was saying, like the women are like sophisticated, smart, like
Mm-hmm.
driven, like it be lopsided, like the thing be lopsided so much that it's hard for me. And this is where your point comes. Like now you gotta look at yourself as a woman. Like, okay, this is what you got out here, but this is who you're. This like you're up here. Like
Right.
like you can't do it. And this is like what y'all have to like as black women have to recreate instead of like putting your energy on these men, like recreate a reality where you can rule in your highest form. Like, because now what you would have to do is either bring these men up to your level or go down to their level. That's the only thing you could do, right? There's two choices: bring them up or you go down. But to bring them up, you're giving so much energy. It takes too much. It takes too much energy to do that. And then when you do, like their character, like you can't build character out of a man. Like you can give him stuff, you can give him a home, you can give him nice things, you can do all that, but you're not gonna give them integrity and character. So when you give them all that stuff and you get them to your level, you gotta internally you gotta a bum. Externally, they look good and they look good for the next bitch that's gonna take them from you. So it's not worth it, babe. It's not. It's not worth it. So the other thing is you fall down to their level, and that's 90% of what these women do. They just fall down, and their life look like crap because they messing with these men. That's 9 times out of 10. That's what it happens. So it's just y'all gonna
That's
have
right.
to recreate a reality where you get to still rule in your throne with or without a king by your side. That's what it is. Y'all better be creative because y'all be saying black women are creative. So be creative and figure it out. But
That's right. That's right.
create something else because these men are who they are. That's what they are. They're not trying to change, and they not and they telling you they're not trying to change. They tell you every day they telling you, we don't care. We don't like you. You ugly, you dark, you stupid. We don't care about your degrees. Like yada yada every day. Like, babes, enough.
Hmm. Yes. Enough. I'm waiting for these numbers for these numbers to go down. These the birth rate, because this is just a cesspool of BS right now. It's sugar honey iced tea. I could never. I don't. Why do women want to birth men that hate them? It's just we've talked about it for years. It's just it makes no sense. They're not that important. They're useless.
Right. Yeah.
And
Well,
this trap. Well, anyway, I don't want to get into the trap about being constantly birthing people on this planet. Fuck this. Anyway, we've talked about this too.
right.
But yeah, I just thought I'd come in here and get a little bit of this right here. You know what I'm saying? Just
Well,
touch on a little bit.
well, this was fun.
Yeah, have a little
I'm
fun talking
glad I
about
caught
something.
it.
I am too. I'm so happy you joined us, RJ. You always add so much to the lives. Very, very much so. I appreciate it.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be in the chat. Thank
All right,
you.
cool. Yes, definitely.
All right.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right. Bye bye. Yeah. So, ladies, look. This is the deal. I was just wanting to have a little fun for old time's sake. And I explained to y'all at the beginning of the live that a lot of times I'm dealing with driving in traffic back and forth to work. And so that has changed my life and how I have my availability to do lives on YouTube. It's not that I've abandoned y'all or I don't think about doing lives. It's a very practical life reason why. So when I'm on, I'm glad y'all are here. You're having a good time. You know, you're commenting, you're putting your hearts, your likes, your fire, your reactions, and all of that. And I've told y'all before, if you ever, whenever I'm on live and you catch it and you want to join, just hit the link and join. Yeah, because I mean, fuck these warlocks, these wannabe warlocks. I'm glad y'all stripped them down of their power. Because for me, seeing the ladies on there, I was like, I'm glad they're talking about them. But at the same time, I was like, I feel sort of weird. Like the whole thing just was like, I was like having a fucking out of body experience listening to it. Because I feel like a lot of the women are putting themselves in danger and in harm's way by even showing their face talking about them. Because like, why would you do that? Why would you show your face talking about these apes? Because we know that they know that that's who they're talking about. They're not saying their race, but I mean, like the chicks that are talking about their boyfriends, like, why are you doing it? You see what I'm saying? They're not really important enough to put yourself in danger showing your face. So y'all and the people need to stop trying to go Risa Tisa on that ass on TikTok or wherever they go and Risa Tisa viral, telling stories, showing their face, all of that. Stop it. Anyway, nobody can say no one would be able to say that I have not put some warnings out there for the ladies. You ladies have put the warnings out there. Like stop playing these games because your life is more important than these games. So let me I'm trying to put this back up. There's the warlock. I thought I chose a good image of a warlock with it's like alien eyes or snakes. I mean, they feel like warlocks, you know, because they're still using more of, like RJ say, they're using more of their being than their flesh to do a lot of the shit. Very lazy, trifling people, so they're not going to, get out here and build nothing for your ass or protect you or nothing like that or provide. So yeah, they are using that. And then remember what I told you. My live called Places and Spirits Revealed. Just know when I do a plug and I come back and I tell you that it's a very important live, even if you didn't get it, even if you were there, even if you heard it, for me, the revelation that it took several years and a few different living locations and several things and observations and a lot of astrology and a lot of psychology and a lot of astronomy and a lot of fucking cosmology and fucking esotericism and all. It took a lot for me to even be able to make this very important observation, and it came together in this one called Places and Spirits Revealed. If you haven't seen it, please check it out again. Listen to it again. If you have heard it, listen to it again. Listen to it while you're cleaning up or something, because I'm telling you, I'm still thinking about what was said in this one. Okay, several things were said that I've been working on trying to understand for a long time. Like I would still be moving every fucking where if I didn't have this fucking portal open up and like explain this shit to me. Like um so with that, all I can tell you is thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Black women, for being the intelligent listeners, the intelligent contributors, um, commentators, callers, all of that. I appreciate you for being a part of this platform. We know that more people seek to be entertained than enlightened, and so the fact that you share in a commentary like mine, it means you really are more into the side of enlightenment. You're listening for that moment of truth or resonance or something that sticks with you beyond just entertaining you, and you're checking and evaluating that from your soul and your heart to see what resonates and from your head, and that's what it's all about. And like fuck everything else that you heard. So yeah, anyway, thanks RJ for popping in. Thank you, Kate, Hudson, thank you, ladies, for your contribution to this one. Love you lots. And with that being said, y'all, embrace the Taurus energy of this month. This is a powerful motherfucking month. That's all I'm gonna say because the next time I tell you this, it will be in Patreon. All of that, and then breaking down all of that. And so that's all I got. Until the next live, y'all. Stay safe, be well, and I love you. And Black women forever. And I'm out.